I kind of mentioned this briefly before, but there's like, it doesn't seem like the Liberals, or you guys, no offense, I'm just trying to
it's all good.
be honest about it. Yeah. It doesn't seem like either party has a chance of forming government in the next election. It really does seem like Poilievre is at the very least going to win. This is still his word. He's going to win a minority, right? At the very least. In a scenario where you guys, the Bloc and the Liberals, have enough seats to form a coalition government or any other capacity, any other type of government, do you think that even if Pierre wins almost 50% of the seats, do you think that it would be fair to the people of Canada if you and the other two parties came together to create government instead of the Conservatives?
So I understand where the question is coming from, but I'd start with one. We're still like at least a year out from an election.
No, totally get that.
And anything can happen.
Yeah.
And people aren't necessarily loving Pierre Poilievre's policies. They're really upset with the Liberals. They feel let down. They feel frustrated. And they want change. And I don't think they know the price of Poilievre yet. I don't think they really understand what it's going to cost.
Because he's just, and what was it, only 40%, or it was 40% of Canadians don't recognize a picture of him. Whereas I think it was only 16% of Canadians don't recognize you. So there's still a lot of people out there who just say, oh yeah, I'm voting Conservative, but they literally don't know who he is.
They don't know, and they don't know the price of Pierre. And this is important for people to know. I want people to know. Like, he's been very clear. He's going to cut pensions. I remember speaking to a senior who said, I'm thinking about Conservatives. I'm like, oh really? You know they're going to cut your pension. And then she said, oh really?
And they'll say that they won't, and they'll frame it in a different way. But if you look at the policy, that's what it is.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were very blatant about it when Pierre became leader. He came out with a policy very quickly out, and he said, oh, I would cut EI and pensions because they're taxes. And
it's not, and we both know it's not a tax.
No, not at all. I know. And what we also know is that would be it would be harmful. And so when I put that to her, I actually Googled the proof of it, and the senior was like, you know what? I'm not going to vote for them. They're going to cut my pension. So just one meeting with one person in a couple of minutes, not even minutes, a couple of seconds, I pointed out something, changed their opinion. So I think people realize he's going to cut healthcare. People love and care about healthcare. They know it's hurting right now. They know that it's in dire straits. If someone's going to come along and cut it further, they don't want that to happen. People also know, and I think if you start asking people, what is the major thing that you're feeling the squeeze on the cost of living? People will say groceries and housing.
Rent,
On both of those points, it is corporate greed that is driving up the cost. And if they don't, and what is Pierre Poilievre going to do on corporate greed? He's going to throw fuel on the fire.
Well, isn't his head advisor a lobbyist for Fortinos?
100%. Yeah, the chief campaign strategist for the Conservative Party is a lobbyist for Loblaws, one of the biggest corporate grocery store. His deputy leader was previously a lobbyist for Walmart. The chair of caucus is the sitting chairman of a large
Giant Tiger.
Yeah,
I remember.
So his whole team is made up of the corporate greed, like the people that advance corporate greed. They're never going to bring down your price of your groceries. And we have solutions. We can bring in a price cap. We can bring in tougher penalties when they do gouge people. I actually had to force the Liberals to bring in a change to the Competition Bureau to make price gouging an offense. Just to put that in context, price gouging wasn't against the law before, and we had to change the law. Yeah, like you should be able to price gouge, but we had to actually make that change, and it just happened at the end of session. So that was a new protection we fought for, we brought in. So there's so much we can do to tackle what people are going through. People don't know the price of Pierre Poilievre, the things that he wants to do that's going to hurt them, and whose side he's really on. If you're a billionaire, big corporate giant, sure, he's going to be great for you. But for working people, for everyday folks, he's going to make things harder. And I think people don't know that yet.
No, I totally agree.